Hello,
Hello.
Proxy Table Gaming. Your lucky sixes.
I am.
I am G Hyper. It's really hot. I'm not that hyper at the moment.
Jeez, slowing down, chilling.
Yeah, just on
Chilling
that
G.
slow decline. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just added ice cubes to my drink. Do a battle report. I'll probably go to sleep for a bit after this.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So we're at that exact
We're
halfway point.
still on round 3, and
Yes.
the matchup between our teams.
Yes, exactly. You didn't need to explain who's team against who because our teams are against each other.
Yeah, man.
Now, if you're wondering why we're on different teams, why would PTG be on different teams?
I know.
The answer is one of PTG decided to get in with the big boys. Any come back to that, or is that just fair comment?
I'd like to say I got scouted, but I think everyone in England did. So
Everyone got scouted, and
yeah.
you were the lucky individual who
Yes.
ended up in the team. Very good, very good.
Yeah, can't believe it.
And I just got left behind PTG,
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I found a team, and they're wonderful. So they're
And they're here to stay.
they're here to stay. Clearly,
Yes.
loyalties have been rewritten. Anywho, you are going against one of my team, Jordan Davis, and his Orcs. I should let you talk because this is your battle report. It's not about Jordan and Jordan's Orcs.
I enjoy
Jordan
it.
is now the enemy, right?
He is.
I
Very
did
much so.
notice you were very good in me versus Wes in that battle report. When I got a good magic spell off or whatnot, you were very much yes, come on, Stabby. Even though your team loyalty
was against
actually with Wes, so I've got to remember. Destroy Jordan. Destroy him.
Destroyed it. No, it was a good game. I always enjoyed my games against Jordan. I was excited to play it. We had a lot of fun actually. So much fun. But by the end of turn 3, we were like, right, we need to have less fun now and actually crack on with the game. So
that is a problem when you have a good opponent. You have a good time, isn't it?
But no, it was really really good. We obviously done your battle where Wes won 16-4. In the other battles. Shade beat Hugh 15-5.
He did, yeah.
So that sort of puts it level. Although Tanker did end up doing pretty well against Richard and got a 20. So really,
I forever apologise to Richard because I think not only was it not a great matchup for Richard, it was also against Tanker.
It was.
So I apologise to Richard on numerous occasions, and this is another one. But yes.
So not that it was in that time order or anything, but it did mean that as long as I got a 10, we would cap, which is a good position to be in. But obviously we all sat at the same time, so I didn't know that at the time. Don't know much about the new Orcs and Goblins at this point in time either, so it was really interesting to go against them. The lists were my lists, lots of magic, just lots of magic. Basically.
Just not enough vampire knights.
It's very true.
Yeah.
On to Jordan's list, and he had a big boy orc warlord on a chariot, which was very scary for me.
Really cool.
Really, really good, especially with the Aegis. He's got Thaumaturgy Master, a Shamanism Apprentice with the Skull Fetish, which is very, 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 very good. Veil tokens for every single time he gets his combat or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, just an insane item. He said that in the last battle it got him 13 Veil tokens on its own. So
amazing.
Just incredible.
Yeah. You have to play a certain list to make it useful, but that's pretty easy to do when you play Orcs. So
yeah, very much so. The Demigod BSB, just there for BSB-ness. 2 big units of Feral Orcs, but Goblin Rabble as well as a bit of a bunker. 2 Iron Orc Chariots, which had been touted as pretty good before in the reviews, so interested to see them.
This was in the version where the champion model had 5 HP as well.
Yeah, more.
Which is insane.
It
got taken
really,
away
really
in the update, but yeah, insane.
GDI, as standard, 2 Giants, 2 Scrap Wagons, Nashers, Chariots, and then some Reavers on the Goblin side. So, yeah, really interesting list.
I'm really glad that Jordan took the Goblin Chariots as well, because he borrowed the ones that Ryan Gobbo
really
made
cool
for me. So we get to see them in more battle reports, which is always awesome. Because
very nice.
The Grotto Boys Chariot.
Yeah.
Coming to play again.
We were also playing Counter Thrust and Hold the Ground. Didn't mind Hold the Ground so much, but I thought that he wouldn't mind that either. So it was a bit of an interesting matchup there because he's got lots of big blocks and I've got big blocks that don't die, essentially. So we're kind of
already dead, you know.
Yeah. Very true. What happened? This is the deployment. So I've got the Vampire Knights on my left with the Ghasts, the Ghouls, the Dogs, Skeletons, Dogs, Spirit Hosts, and Wraiths. I really like the Wraiths on that side because of the impassable and the Spirit Hosts and how they can go straight through it and then have a relatively decent amount of cover as well. He's got the 2 Iron Orc Chariots. He's got a giant, the 3 Chariots, the Charioteer Warlord behind him. What are they in front? Raiders? Goblin Raiders, are they?
In front, the skirmish ones? I don't know.
Goblin Reavers, maybe. Then
no, Reavers are mounted. I don't think so. I think the Reavers are top right.
Oh, okay.
Do you have neophytes? No, they're not skirmish either.
Some skirmish. Oh, no. Dashers.
Oh, Squigs, the Nasher Dashers.
Yeah, Dashers, yeah.
Yeah.
So then Feral Orcs with his bunker of goblins behind, GGI and a scrap wagon. Feral Orcs, giant scrap wagon, and then the Reavers, as you say, behind as well.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think he went first. He did. Okay. And I got to sort of set up to him, which was quite nice for me. But just wanted the Vampire Knights on the end sewn in with this poison stuff being able to go against. Well, I wanted him against the GGI, but I needed the skeletons in the middle to go against the objective. So I want the poison to sort of sweep around, go towards the GGI if possible. I also thought the Ghasts were a pretty good counter to the Goblin Chariots as well, because of Strength 5 vs 5. I don't think they'd do too much if they went in on their own. So we'll see how that goes. He moves up like so, and not a lot else happens. I go in. I think I possibly call a timeout at this point, because I really want to charge, but I know that in a team environment, don't go too early. So I think I called a timeout at this point just to speak to people and see what I should do.
I remember commenting, like when you were calling your timeout and walking over, I was like, "Really? Already? You're already in so much trouble against Jordan that you need a timeout.
Yeah, totally.
Get him, Jordan." And I think I shouted over to Jordan and said, "Do you need a timeout?" He's like, "Nah."
Yeah. Yeah, he was the same. So I put my Spirit Hosts into his scrap wagon and the Ghasts into the Dashers over there, because both were fearless, I believe, so couldn't flee.
Yeah, makes sense.
Moved my Wraiths around the side. Vampire Knights just continue zoning, and the Ghouls sort of come up to try and be useful. The Skeletons, just move up as well to threaten the guys on the right if they do any sort of counter charges, and my Dogs move up to chaff, so that if anything goes into the Ghasts, it's going to be solo or with minimal counter. So pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
I also get Spectral Blades off on the Ghasts, and they also, because they've now done a wound, have rerolls to hit. So they have rerolls to hit and rerolls to wound, so are a pretty mean tough customer there. My Spirit Host only do a few wounds and take a few back, but reform to be like this so that the ferals can't get past them, and they are in the front as well. So I'm just hoping to hold them up really as much as possible.
So is that you reforming to be in his front as opposed to him reforming to be in your front? Then? Yeah.
Over here, I reformed so that I was in his front. So that if he charged, he'd be in my front. So I'm actually facing towards
you
the
won
GGI.
the combat, so you reformed first, but went 4 wide facing him. Yeah.
No, I went Conga.
Oh right.
So
okay. That's the same difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's now got a flank against you.
I'm giving him a flank.
Flank against you. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. But either way, you'd have to reform first in order for that to happen.
Yeah. It after charges and random moves and stuff, it moves like this. So he does go into them. He goes into the dogs with a scrap wagon and nothing else. Chooses to let my gas calm down before going in, but sets up a potential triple charge into them. Maybe even quadruple with the GGI as well. So that's pretty scary. The giant comes up to sacrifice himself so the chariots can do some work. So we'll see how that goes as well.
Will you take the bait?
And the giant and the reavers just look to the right of the house so that my wraiths don't have an easy out that way.
Yeah.
He absolutely destroys the spirit hosts and the dogs, and the scrap wagon continues his run. A reign of terror into the ghasts to do that as well.
His reign of terror will end.
Well, I'd hope so. But yeah. So then he just reforms to be like this. And I
have
take
his
the charge.
crude weapons on his feral orcs now expired, or do they come back again? I can't remember.
No, they're always there for the first round of combat.
So it's not...
So they like quickly make them up again.
Yeah.
Quick.
They make them sharp.
Who's got the glue?
Yeah. The whetstone. Start sharpening.
Yeah. So they've got them back, thankfully, and I press on and charge in.
Otherwise, I was going to say how genius you were for hopping his crude weapons.
Yes.
With your
I think so. I think that's how it works. Anyway, that's how I read it.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah. But that's my only charge. I back off with the Vampire Knights, but just because I think I can do him even if he charges me. So
you don't need to go to him.
Too fast. I do put my ghouls over this way to actually be helpful in the battle, though, so that I can either charge the giant once he charges in, or I can charge something into that charges the ghasts. Was my plan.
Yeah.
My wraiths move up 12, and then manage a magic move. Manage a magic move. That's quite tough when you've got hay fever, actually.
I think it's tough either way. I'm not going to say it.
But yeah, and I kill 7 out of the 8 with my 9 wraiths, and the other guy panics off, which I'm pretty happy for. He's now got no leadership, and he's on his own. Should be alright. And my wraiths are relatively safe position. Yeah.
I mean, the giant does have a cannon on its arm, so there is that, right?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Very cool.
I also get a magic move over here. As well.
So you moved them over to chaff everything.
Get both of them. So I chaff everything so that they might be an overrun, but they're like 9 or 10s overruns. And
both magic moves off. Wow.
Yeah, crazy. I don't know what Jordan stopped. One of them might have diced him. Because
might have been a snipe or something, because that snipe would be pretty dangerous to any of his characters.
So the BSB is in, who's the big armed winged vampire, is still in the unit. He just kept falling over, so don't worry about that. Yeah. But I do a number on his feral orcs. They are not steadfast for any reason. Run right through and take even more to DTs and stuff like that. But there is a space for them, so they have a chance to rally over there. I also kill the scrap wagon and turn to face like so. So the only possible overrun he's got once he kills the dogs is the goblin chariots, and if he doesn't, then I can go into him as well. So I'm in a pretty good spot right there, and I think this will be the end of turn 2. I think he's just out of the objective as well, from what I remember. So I'm 1-0 up on the objective, which is very nice. Over here, his Iron Orc chariots take a long charge into my gas, as you can see, and charge and get into the gas, which is nice. So we'll see what they're all about.
Is your all strength 4, AP 1?
I'm strength 4, AP 1, which isn't a lot, but I am also res 5, so they're more a sticking point. But I don't have too much in the way of counter charges, so as well.
I like that. Good move, Jordan. I mean, worrying, but like
he goes in with everything apart from the Goblin chariots. I think mainly because he wanted to, if the Iron Orc chariots didn't get in, he could protect the Goblin chariots, as well. So that's why he didn't go in there. He comes up to chaff.
Yeah.
He moves his Goblin chariots over to that side. His GGI
charges the skeletons.
I've got a feeling let's go back. Let's see if I've got it and I've just
Or did
missed
you
it.
charge it? No, it looks
No,
like he charged
it's his
you.
turn for sure. Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
he's charged me as well to go in there.
Yeah.
He rallies over here and gets some. It's either some shooting or some magic that goes off on them and kills 4 of them.
Could be Hand of Heaven, Thaumaturgy.
Yeah,
The,
quite possibly.
the orc wizards in there.
Yeah. In combat, he does 1 wound to my. Oh no, I don't think he does anything to me, but I only do 3 to him on his GGI.
GGI, you mean? Yeah.
And we just sort of stick because he's unbreakable, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he's charged me so that I couldn't counter charge. That's what he's done.
And he's just hoping the GGI stands firm for a little while.
Yeah. In the chariot combat, he does I think like 3 or 4 wounds to me. I kill his standard, but in the challenge, his guy is just like obliterating my champion, and is pretty steadfast as well. Like his armor's rolling hot, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Over here, this is my turn. So my wraiths get out of line of sight of the ferals and just move up. Maybe do a few wounds to the sweep, but otherwise move up like so to face off the goblin bunker. The ghouls come round this side because I didn't want to charge into the giant because I didn't feel like I needed to because of the knights did. And that's kind of how you like it. I get a rise off to get the wound back on my general, and I also get Spectral Blades for rerolls to wound, which is pretty impressive and pretty useful here. Because I'm wounded on 6s, is it? It was res 6, so I'm wounded on 5s.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty nice. So I raise 3 gas with back, and I also get a rise because of Gates of the Netherworld. My general's wound comes back, which is pretty nice position.
That is really good.
Kill the giant with relative ease, probably to be expected. Now, the moment of the battle, folks. It was amazing. I go and so I'd done 3 wounds to him, so I only need to do 4.
I think 3 actually. I think he's only got 6.
You have 6, yeah. Okay, so I only need to do 3. I roll 4 wounds with all my rerolls to wound. He's got a 6 up save because he's got 4 up to, and he rolls 3 out of 4 6s.
Oh, how annoying for you!
Which,
yes, Jordan, yes.
On its own would be pretty impressive from my opponent's part. However, he then goes with his crush attack on my general, hits, wounds. I have a 5 up Aegis. I admit I fail my Aegis, and he does 3 wounds to me and kills my general. What? What?
I mean, you can feel how unhappy I am about this.
I know. It was just this incredible moment in the whole battle. It's just like this GGI.
I love crush attacks.
Just
when I'm using them, I love crush attacks.
Yeah.
They are the best thing in the game when they work.
I think he failed his the spell of Spectral Blades as well because that was quite an important spell. So if you think of like the run of events that have gone to my general dying, it's just incredible. It's like he's failed a dispel on Spectral Blades. He's then passed 3 out of 4 6-ups to keep him alive. He only needed to fail 2 of them, but so 3 is exactly the amount that he needed. He then obviously doesn't die, so then he gets to attack. He does all the hits and the wounds, all the Aegis, and then had to roll 3 and still did it. And it's just.
I mean, you'd even heal the wounds yourself. To mean that he did need to roll 3.
He needed,
He couldn't have killed you with 2. I can't remember how many dice. I think he outdiced me as well in terms of how many numbers. So it's say it's 3 to 4 on Spectral Blades. And just all those things combined. Right, if you are watching this and you are a math nerd, I so want to know those numbers. He had 4 to wounds. And then rolled 3 6s out of 4. I'll try and put it on there for people. So I outdiced him with 3 dice and a master against his 4 to get Spectral Blades off.
So that's one unlikely thing to happen.
That was in your favour.
Yeah. Then once I've got that off, all the things that happen, we'll forget about the actual combat. But I do 4 wounds, and he saves 3 of them out of 4 on 6s. The next thing to happen is he hits wounds, and I fail my Aegis 5-up.
And that's
And
probably
then,
hitting on 5s, wounding on
no, we hit on 4s.
2s.
Yeah, because what's his offensive skill?
His
Like
offensive
3 or
is only
4?
2. 2. Your
So
defensive
yeah, so
6.
5s.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
5s. Then wound on 2s. Then I fail my 5-up Aegis, and then he gets 3.
He does 3 wounds
on a D3. It's just insane, and it was just so good. And I was like,
Yeah.
I know my general's died, and I knew that'd be really bad because it's my general. But that's so good.
It is.
Just so
it
good.
is. And the image of just the GGI just putting his big fist down and just like vampire, just literally ripping his head off.
Yeah, just everything about it was just incredible. It's why we play dice, isn't it, boys? But yeah, over here he declares a long charge. Over here,
I have to say you're very good at like enjoying that. I'd have just been crying in a corner.
Oh, but it was like that's what I mean. I could do that, but it was just that I can't take it to heart because it's not like if it was a mistake. I take mistakes more to heart if I'm honest.
You do. Yeah.
If like for example the war dances in my last battle, right?
Yeah,
that's
the flank
10 times more annoying than this GGI getting that. Like it's just like crazy. It's just crazy dice. You can't account for it, and that's all the stuff that happens. But yeah, that's why I quite like it sometimes. Even when it's bad for me, I'm such a sadist. Anyway, but yeah, he needs a long charge here into my knights, which if he gets in, it won't be great because of the impact hits. This is just showing. It's just again, it's what happened.
The 6s to stay there. Yeah.
He also declares with his general, who does get in, but fortunately for me, his other guys don't as well, so they just sort of stumble forwards. But his big guy getting in is a problem. What else happens? He doesn't charge my wraiths, but he does move up to me to chaff me, I think, or to stop me charging other things. And his giant comes into the flank of my skeletons as well.
Yeah, it looks like he might have taken his there's his goblin shaman and his BSB standing out in the back there. Abandoned the rebel.
I say we had that's part of the reason we had so much fun with the GGI, but the pictures come a bit scarce at this point. So this is after a few combats and then onto my turn. So my ghouls. On combats, I charge. So let's go back a picture.
So he charged you with his general.
Yeah, he charged me with the general. He does a few wounds, but whiffs on the most part, actually. And then reforms to face my ghouls to give me a flank. Which means that my ghouls are not in line of sight because of the width of his thing. So he gets out of a counter charge there, which was a good play on his part. I then charge his chariots, which he then flees to try and get out and have a turn of rallying. He actually rolls a 12, but because he literally just on the board, but it's fine. I go into the. I want to say I go into the Iron Chariot with my ghouls, but I'm not sure I do. But we'll see how that goes. He in combat he actually does a bunch of wounds to my ghasts, more than I expect. And then after,
I think your next picture shows it actually.
Yes,
does it?
It kind of does, but it also kind of shows how much wounds I did to his ferals as well.
I see.
We should go on to. So just like that whole back rank, I think has gone. It starts with like 47 or something, so just insane amount. So it's just mutual carnage in the middle. It also, as you can see, the GGI is now gone.
Yes.
He has died to all those
rerolls. Not a great
to...
position for those ferals to be in.
Well, it's not, but his giant has gone into the flank, so the giant does...
Oh, okay. He's holding you up.
He's holding me up. Then on to my turn, I obviously charged and does stuff. I got a bit of magic. He whiffs again for the most part, and because I'm now in his flank, and I do maybe
all of your guys attacking,
maybe a wound or two or something like that. I just win my combat by 1, and he flees. I don't catch him, and it is his turn next, so he does have a chance to rally, and you can see his guys at the back do rally as well.
Good for them.
So yeah, and if it doesn't come up, he does rally. So it's not too bad, but it is. It was a thing that happened. So there you go. So his chariots both rally. My wraiths go into his goblins and nearly die. I was surprised actually. Because I got 3 up save. I was just like, I'll just much through them. Blah,
Chip
blah,
away
blah.
at goblins, yeah.
But I just end up dying, like bit by bit, and because of
I suppose you're
combat
great weapons, aren't you? So if he does get through your 3-up Aegis, then you are
so
reducing
a
your
lot
attack.
scarier than I thought it was going to be in any regard, really. I do put my ghouls in to the chariot. They don't do anything to the chariot. The chariot just survives. I do absolutely nothing to it over the course of the battle, which is very surprising. It was an absolute tank.
Well, considering how easy you got rid of the standard bearer, then you couldn't kill the champion.
Yeah, crazy.
That extra HP made all the difference. It doesn't even look like he's taken any wounds.
No, I don't think I did. I think he was in challenges for the most part, and just not doing anything. Sure. But then I do go into ranks with my ghouls and the ferals and fleeing after I take a bunch of wounds there. Yeah. The ferals on the right
return with a vengeance.
And I charge me, I think. But we sort of just peter out. I kill the giant over there, and that's your lot, really. I end up drawing every other hold the ground objective each round. So
after being one ahead initially,
yeah. So it means that I win the objective. And that was the battle, and it's just a really, really fun battle with loads of stuff going on, loads of crazy things happening. So thanks, Jordan, for that.
Yeah, Jordan's a great opponent. I really want to play against him again. We've only played each other once. It was during my infamous Ogre Art of War, where I lost everything that I did. And I would very much like to play him again under better circumstances. Yeah, it was really cool. That was a really good battle, really fun battle, that one.
It was. And it was nice to end the day on, actually, because it was there was a lot going on, but there wasn't like a great deal to think about. It was just rolling dice. It was just loads of rolling dice and things happening. So yeah, really cool. Yeah. Thankfully for me, because of the objective as well, it ended up quite big for me, and it meant that we capped the round as well to top it off.
Jordan lost quite a lot of his small units to your units that didn't necessarily die. So he didn't get points, but you got the small points for.
Yeah, for sure. So I lost my chaff. The Vampire Knights as well, not dying and not even taking half points because of the woundage was crazy, really. That shouldn't have happened normally, but then the efficient, the GGI, so hey, who's to grumble. So yeah, really, really fun battle. Good win for the Vampires as well.
And like you say, you capped as Team England. You got the 50 points overall.
Yeah, which was really nice.
You did your bit. You cancelled out my. You doubled Wes's win against me.
Well, yeah,
so that was 32-8 with you and Wes versus me and Jordan there.
Yeah, that's it. So no, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed the round. As I say, we as you can see from the battle, we were just having loads of fun. So that's really nice to have. In terms of the rest of the day, though, obviously we got some. We went out as a group, everyone as well. For the first time in a long, long time, we didn't have a curry.
No, it was amazing.
And it was such a shock to me that I took a picture. I was like, "Look, we didn't have a curry. I promise you." So yeah, it was good. Loads of people. We sort of went in a dual situ over to this, and
we did have to walk about 10,000 miles to get there.
Some of you did, anyway.
Yeah, you jumped in Wes's car, didn't you? I turned around to look where you and Wes had gone, and Tanker and a couple of others. And you'd gone. You'd just gone.
Absolutely.
Giving us the postcode, and then you'd just gone.
Yeah, that's it. But no, really, really nice venue. Some good beers as well. Beers and ales and ciders, which is very nice. So it's a bit different. Speaking of something different as well. Oh yeah!
Oh, this was amazing. I'll tell you what, you really pulled one out of the bag with this, because the minute you saw this, I don't know when you saw it on your way over or what.
It was
saw it. There was only one way we were in the evening.
Yeah, there was the clubs and the bars of Cardiff could do one as far as I was concerned, and probably I was very excitable about this, but the beers and stuff at the drinks probably didn't help that. But yes, it was in the car park actually. It was just this weird. It's just
golf
there,
just attached to the car park.
This golf, and I saw it, and I thought, you know what, this is something we've got to do, and managed to convince others to come along.
Yeah, 8 of us went and played, didn't it? 2 lots of 4. Great.
Paul and Tony, obviously from the paired weapon. No,
Paul
fancy
smashed it, didn't he?
fancy paired
Oh, yeah,
weapons podcast.
No, fancy wargaming podcast.
Wargaming
They're paired
podcast.
weapons,
I know.
Yeah.
I'll move us out of the way for this. And Jordan, my
That was our
opponent,
four.
Josh.
Yeah.
So the Chester. So we all had a good go at some of the things. I'm told Josh was either on fire or terrible as well.
Yes, he was one or the other. It was holes in one or multiple shots on one hole. It was very good. I think Tanker won our 4, and Paul absolutely smashed you guys, didn't he?
Well, no, it was funny. He did it right at the end. I'll see if I've got a thing of it. That's so the scorecards are here.
Oh, nice.
For people as well. No, what happened was on the last turn, Wes went first and got a 2 to get 50.
Oh, yeah.
I went and got 2 to get 50 as well, so we were drawn. And then Paul needed a hole in 1 to win, and oh boy,
and he did it. Oh,
didn't he go and do it?
Right, yeah.
Such a competitive boy.
Whereas we were obviously the non-golfers of the group, because Tanker won with 52, which put him 4th best overall.
Yeah.
But I was a good 5 shots behind Tanker, so he romped it really.
Good bit of fun.
Josh with his 69. It was very, very good fun.
So just to show you a bit of some of the stuff that we got to afterwards as well. But a good win for us and the team. Puts us in a good position for day 2 to at least try and compete.
Yeah.
Which is always nice.
Back in the running.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes, and with my team slightly sliding down the tables for day 2. But very much enjoying ourselves. So, and Shane was on 3 wins out of 3. So fair play to him.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Cool. So into round 4 we go. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Give us some comments on that. Obviously, work out the odds of Lucky Sixes.
Oh, please do. It was just amazing. It's just amazing. you got to appreciate the 1,000,000 to 1 times or whatever it is.
Probably about right. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. So let's head into round 4 and more carnage to come.
See you later.